Hey everybody, today we're going to do some artwork based on the book The Mixed Up Chameleon by Eric Carle. So if you don't have this book at home, okay, I'll put a link in the description down there to a couple of YouTube videos that kind of go over the book and give you an idea of what it's about, The Mixed Up Chameleon, okay? If you have this book at home, go check it out and read it and take a look inside of it and you'll get an idea of what we're talking about here. So, uh, if you've already watched that video or read the book, then let's get started. So, what we're going to do is we're going to make up our own kind of mixed up animal, okay? Combining parts from different animals together to create a creature. If you want to start, okay, with the idea of the chameleon, you can kind of do that shape that Eric Carle uses in his book, okay, which I would describe almost like a shield, okay, or an arrowhead, okay, and then you can put the eyes of the chameleon in there, and he's a little mixed up, so maybe you'll make his eyes look in different directions, okay. If you want to give him a mouth, you can do that too. So that's kind of a cool way to start. And then decide how you want to sketch in the body for the chameleon, okay? So you may just want to add an oval there, kind of lightly, so that you have that idea. And then the tail of the chameleon in the book is kind of curvy, but you may decide that you want a different sort of tail, right? So like, I could put this tail on here, okay? And then I'll add the pattern to it and make it kind of like a beaver's tail, okay, or something like that. So I'll let you sort of decide what creatures you want to add to the chameleon, okay. The feet in the book look somewhat like this, so I might add a couple of those feet to my chameleon, okay. But maybe here on the front of the chameleon, I'll make them kind of fuzzy looking, okay? Or maybe I'll give it like those long fingers like a sloth, right? Those three-toed sloth, okay? So that's kind of cool, although it may be a little scary with those long claws on there, but hey, let's go with it for now, okay? So we've got that mixed up chameleon there. Probably we better give him big antlers like the deer in the book, but we'll make these look more like moose antlers. Hey, why not? Okay, that's kind of cool. Maybe we'll give him a mane like a lion. Okay, so we'll give him that fuzzy mane like a lion, and maybe instead of the elephant nose like in the book, we'll give him a pig nose. Okay, it's getting pretty crazy in here. The book, he gets a turtle shell. Maybe we should give this one a shark fin. Okay, I bet you could come up with a few other different things. Maybe we'll put some like armor plates on its back so it looks kind of like an armadillo instead of a turtle. That's kind of a cool idea. Give it those bumps there. Okay, alright, cool. Maybe we'll give him some stripes around his face so he looks like a tiger instead. So he's got a lion's mane and tiger stripes, okay? Maybe some, let's make some like giraffe spots on the shark fin, okay? So see, I'm combining all these different animals together in this crazy mixed up chameleon. So I think you get the idea, okay? Now there's a couple different ways to finish this off, okay? You could decide to just color it in, kind of like it does in the book. But if you want to do something a little bit different, okay, then you can use this idea of filling in with patterns, with line patterns. So take the drawing that you began with and outline it with a marker. You can use different colors if you want to. You can use color pencils or crayons if you want to. But I'm going to use a marker, and instead of coloring everything in, I'm going to start filling in this chameleon with patterns, like line patterns. Instead of coloring, we're going to create these sort of crazy patterns, and then I think the creature will look even more mixed up. So what I'm going to do now that I've got my kind of beaver tail in there is I'm going to start thinking about adding even more detail and pattern to it. Okay, so it becomes something totally unusual. Okay, and so now I've got my armadillo armor here. Okay, and that in itself is a kind of pattern, but within that pattern, maybe I'm going to start creating a secondary pattern and doing something more. So I'm not even going to add any color to mine. I'm just going to do it all in black and white. And I could even go back here and add more and more detail to these patterns and push this farther and farther along, okay, into a really kind of crazy pattern. So I've got my giraffe spots, which are one kind of pattern, okay, but instead of just leaving them sort of as they are there, okay, what if I decide to fill in the space in between the giraffe spots with this kind of line hatching or cross hatching pattern, okay, and so the spots themselves are left over and I'm filling in this pattern for this creature, okay. So I think you kind of get the idea. So you can go ahead and work. This is kind of a crazy looking antler here, but we'll go with it for now. And then I can start dividing that up into other patterns. There's nothing to say I can't add extra detail into here. So maybe I'm gonna divide this up using triangles. And within those triangles, I'll start one kind of pattern, and then in this triangle, I'll start another kind of pattern, okay? And so I'm really just starting to fill everything in with all these kind of interesting, intricate, very detailed patterns. And I start filling in the whole thing. So I don't know, let me work on this for a little bit, and maybe I'll come back and just show you a picture of the finished product, and then you can spend some time making your own pattern creature that maybe you want to color in as well. So this is a very mixed up chameleon. Alright, cool. So I got them all finished up. I finished adding a lot of different details and patterns in there. I could probably keep going and adding some more details and patterns, but I think you get the idea, and it looks pretty finished to me. So for now, we'll say goodbye. Hope you enjoyed making some kind of mixed up crazy creature, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.